If you find it interesting and want to hear and know more horror stories, please subscribe and click the bell to follow so as not to miss the next parts. Thank you. Whispers in the Black Hollow Forest, Part 2. I left the forest with Harlan the forester, but my mind was still stuck in the nightmare. That night, I couldn't sleep. In the small wooden cabin at the edge of the forest, I lay awake, my eyes glued to the ceiling, and I knew it was calling me back. I didn't tell Harlan about the whispers in my head, but he seemed to know. Before going to sleep, he left only one sentence. You can leave the forest, but the forest will not leave you. A dream confession. Around 3 a.m., I woke to a light knock on the door. At first, I thought I was dreaming, but the knocking was steady, rhythmic like a heartbeat. Knock, knock, knock. I opened the door. No one was there. But on the ground was a crumpled piece of old paper, covered in mud. Handwritten on it was, "You still owe me an apology, Sam." I collapsed. For the first time in my life, I cried out loud. The distorted memories came back, clearer than ever. I had seen that thing before. On the last night, a shapeless shadow, tall, with dozens of arms extending from its body, and a mouth full of shark-like teeth. It walked toward the tent, whispering in my mind, "Just one. The rest will come home." I had pointed at Sam. I had been silent when it crawled into Sam's tent, and I had run when I heard him scream. I should have saved him, but I had chosen to live. The way back would never know. The next morning, I decided to go back into the woods, not to hide, but to end it all. Harlan didn't stop me. He handed me only a small box. Inside was a silver dagger. The handle was engraved with a circle of crosses, like the one on the tomb. "If you have to face it, use this," he whispered. "But remember, don't let it fool you again." The ritual bell, I turned back to where the cabin had been. There was nothing but the wild forest. But this time I heard the sound of a bell ringing in the forest, a sound that did not belong here. I followed the sound. With each step, the air became thick, as if the forest were holding its breath. Then I saw a circle of stones, where the ground was bare, surrounded by dead trees, no leaves, no sap. In the middle of the circle was a black stone altar, and Sam was standing next to the altar, smiling. The final truth. "You're here," Sam said, as if we had only been apart for a few days. "There's only one last step. You know that, right?" I tightened my grip on the knife. My hands were shaking. I saw it. I remember it all. "I'm sorry," I choked out. Sam stepped closer, his eyes still empty black but filled with pity. "It's not your fault. The forest chose. No one escaped. I didn't die. I became a part of it, and now you will be too." The final choice, darkness crept in. From the forest came the thing again, the nameless entity, dozens of arms, hundreds of eyes opening from its body. It didn't walk, it crawled, like a living root. It whispered, "Stab it, blood for blood, complete the ritual." Sam lay on the stone table, smiling, as if this was what he'd been waiting for 17 years. I raised the knife. My heart felt like it was going to explode. "Give him blood! Run! Kill!" I turned the knife around and stabbed it straight into my chest. Everything was bathed in a blood-red light. Sam screamed. The shadow screamed. The forest shook. Awakening or never? I woke up in the town hospital. Harlan sat beside me, his eyes red. "You found your way back. No one has done that in 50 years. I looked at my hand. The wound was stitched up. I was alive. But in my head, the whispering hadn't stopped. That night, as I lay in my hospital bed, I heard Sam's voice. "You think you've escaped? No one ever really leaves Black Hollow. You just switched roles." Then in the hospital room mirror, I saw myself smiling, but my body didn't move. I was discharged after 3 days. The police couldn't explain why I had disappeared from the woods and reappeared dozens of miles away with a stab wound near my heart. They labeled me mildly psychotic and ended the case with a shake of the head. I returned to the city, trying to live like a normal person. But I knew something had followed me out of the woods. I began to see myself in the mirror, not moving like I did in real life. It stood there longer, looking at me as if assessing me, then smiling. Every night I dreamed of Sam, but not the friendly Sam. It was Sam with no eyes, no mouth, just a mouth torn across his face and a whisper from within. You've offered your blood, but it's not over. The sacrificial circle is still missing. You'll call it back. New disappearances. The local news reported, a couple who went camping in the Black Hollow Forest have mysteriously disappeared, leaving their camp and belongings intact. I know, the forest has woken up. It no longer waits for people to come, it calls them to come. And I am the one who carries that call everywhere. I am the messenger, a new link in the sacrificial spiral, the knock at 3 a.m. The third week after returning, I heard a knock on the door in the middle of the night. Knock, knock, knock. I didn't open it. I locked the door. But the knocking didn't stop, and my phone lit up. No number, no name, just a text message. It's your turn again. I trembled, turned on the front camera. The screen showed only my face, but my eyes were black like bottomless pits. The Forester's Diary. One day, I received a package with no name. Inside was an old leather diary from Harlan, the Forester. The last page was scrawled with the following. When a person donates blood to the Black Hollow, they do not die. They are split into two. One goes and one stays to take turns calling the next. If you are reading this, it is too late. An open ending or a loop. I'm writing this now from my small apartment. I do not know if I'm still me or just a shell that the forest has kept alive to maintain its own existence. I began to hear whispers through the speakerphone, from the broken radio, from the water in the pipes. Black Hollow, Black Hollow. You are the open gate. Call them to come. Every time someone visits my blog, reads one of my strange posts, I feel something approaching them. Maybe you are hearing the wind blowing strangely outside your window right now. Or maybe you are next.